Welcome to NCAA.com March Madness Skype session. I'm Andy Katz. Dealing with a little bit of a polar vortex cold here, but Will Wayde, nothing cold about the LSU Tigers. A couple days after knocking off Kentucky in Rupp on a late basket by Cavell Bigby Williams, I want to just go back to that play first, Will. From your vantage point, it was a bang-bang kind of play. In that instant, how much did you think that bucket was good at the buzzer?
Well, I thought it was good. I knew they could only, when they went to review it, I knew they could only review the timing. I knew they couldn't review whether it was good or not. And it looked from where we were like it came off. There's angles that show it that are a little bit different ways. But I was worried that there was going to be time put back on the clock, and Kentucky was going to have time to heave it down the court for one extra play or one more play. And so really, when I gathered our guys at the end, I was talking about guarding the inbounder and how we were going to guard a deep pass. But I felt confident that it was good and we got it off, but I thought we may have gotten it off and there was going to be, 0.4 seconds, 0.8 seconds. We're going to have to defend something length of the court.
There's been a lot of discussion in the last couple of days about whether or not certain plays like that should be reviewable in the final minute, like judgment calls like that. Where do you stand on that?
I personally, and I've been on both ends of these, I personally think, human error is just part of it, if there is. I think timing issues and all that stuff, but we want to go to the monitor for everything. It's a bang play, and so what is it? If they call it good on the court and one of the angles looks like the ball's off the rim, one of it looks like it's on, you stick with the call on the court. I'd be maybe for something in the middle ground where the coach gets one challenge on a call like that or something throughout the course of the game, and you can use it or you lose a timeout, or I don't know, but kind of like it how it is. I'm not a big fan of all the monitor reviews to begin with. I think it just slows the game down and slows everything down. Now with the hook and holds and going to the monitor all the time for those, those can take 2.5 minutes, and we have the best replay system in the country in the SEC, but it still can take a while. So I'm for anything that speeds it up, and I don't think that speeds everything up.
Will, what does that tell you about your team that not everyone had a great game, especially your star guys, and yet you're able to win at Kentucky in the last second and be in position right now with, and I know you got Georgia coming up, you got plenty of hard games, but only one more game against the contenders where you got Tennessee at your place. What did that tell you about your group that you could win a game like that without getting, big-time production from all your stars?
Yeah, man, I think it shows we're just a solid team. I was very pleased with the fact that, sometimes when you go in there and you beat a team like Kentucky, you have just a huge statistical anomaly. Maybe we go in there and hit 15 threes or, but really, it was just, we played pretty good basketball. They played pretty good basketball. I didn't think we were great. I didn't think they were great. But we both played pretty well. And it was two solid teams just slogging it out. And the fact that we were able to go on the road against a top 5 team and hang in there and slog it out when, like you said, we didn't have anything go amazingly well. It wasn't like we got 30 offensive rebounds or 25 offensive rebounds like we've done in some games, or shot it great from 3 or anything like that. We just kind of played our game, and our guys, like I said, like you were saying, they weren't perfect, and maybe it wasn't, one of those games where Tremont went for 35 or 36 or, some of those big numbers that he can put up. But, he was really solid and was 8 for 8 from the free throw line and kept his turnovers down. We only turned the ball over 8 times, and we were able to win to pull it out at the end.
Well, he had that timely draw of a foul late in the game that got you guys to the free throw line, or him to the free throw line. Naz Reid has really held his own in the post against the bigs of Kentucky. It doesn't matter who. You knew this when you recruited him, that he could have that impact. How much has he surpassed that to this point?
Oh, he's been phenomenal. How about this? So he's the only freshman in the SEC since 1992, the only one to be averaging 15 points a game and shooting over 50% from the field, over 40% from 3, and over 80% from the free throw line. The list begins and ends with him. He's having as great of a freshman year as there's ever been in the Southeastern Conference, and so he's really developed his game. He practices so hard, he works so hard at it, and it's great to see him rewarded during the games with how well he's playing and how well he's he's doing. So I'm very, very pleased with his progress. And like you said, he plays inside, he plays outside, he draws fouls. He's been able to knock down his free throws, and we've got to keep him moving forward and keep him getting better.
Will, you guys were going to have a great season, I think, regardless, because you have the talent. But what has this season meant so far to be accomplished what you've accomplished in the memory of Wayde Sims because of what occurred with his absolute tragic murder at the beginning of this season? I mean, so many things could have gone wrong, but you guys have stayed together, honored him. How much has this season meant even more to you and your players?
Yeah, I mean, it's been very powerful. I mean, you check your phone after the game, and you got a text from his mom, you got a text from his dad right after we won at Kentucky, and you can't help but think of him. Cavell, if you look at the video after he tips it in, he points to the sky to Wayde, and he's certainly been there with us this year and helped us. If you look at our guys' shoes, they've got 44 written all over it. We still do 44 reps at the end of. We'll lift weights today, and we'll do 44 reps at the end. And so, he's everywhere in our program. He's still with our team, and he'd be smiling. He's been looking down pretty good on us so far. So hopefully we can keep it going and keep honoring him with how well we're playing and honor him with this season and have a great season and finish this thing off right.
Will, I appreciate it. Thank you for everything, and you guys are putting together something special so far this season. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on, Andy. I appreciate it.